Greetings, scholars and parents, grandparents, educators who care a lot about them. John Baylor, founder, On to College. Ask John anything once a month. Today, how to find your best fit. Not shoes, not shirts, not cool ties. No, college. How to find your best fit. Now, this is a very subjective deal. Normally, every month we're giving you facts, we're giving you a checklist, take care of this. Now, this is subjective, this is subject to opinion. Someone might love Ohio Wesleyan, someone might not. Someone might love College of Hoosier, someone might not. Someone might love Nebraska Wesleyan, someone might not. By the way, those are three of my favorite colleges, and they're very good values. You can typically get big scholarships, but I'll give you some examples. Just talked to a friend of mine earlier today, heard his daughter loves Ole Miss, that's where she goes. Well, she got a huge scholarship thanks to a really solid ACT score, and she's super engaged in her sorority and in life at Ole Miss. My own daughter loves her school, smaller college. She's super engaged, playing 2 sports. She's a resident assistant. She's super engaged. So, what's the takeaway? Life is about purpose and relationships. Purpose and relationships. And if you go and engage at a college, a 2 or 4 year college, you truly engage in multiple activities, not just your academics, you're probably going to find it to be a good fit. Engage in life, especially college, you're probably going to find it a good fit. But what can we do to maximize the likelihood you're going to engage and thus find a good fit? Good question. Now, to answer these questions, I'm going to our Platinum Guide for College, finding your best fit college at the lowest cost. This is money. There is gold in here. It's part of our On to College counseling system. You're going to love it. And I'm in chapter 2. Where do you want to go? Just ask yourself these questions as you finalize your college list. And if you're going to apply to a 2-year college, I'd apply to at least 2. Make them fight over you. That has a way of triggering more scholarships. And if you're going to go to a 4-year college, apply to at least 7 of them. That has a way of triggering more scholarships. And that's the first issue. To find your best fit, we got to make sure we find a school that fits the family's budget. What's the family's budget? Well, whatever amount they're prepared to pay annually plus 11 grand. Well, where to get 11 grand? That's the student's contribution. Borrow at most 5 per year. We're about graduating with minimal debt. Borrow at most 5. Earn during the vacations primarily, during breaks primarily, about $3,500 a year. That's $8,500. So every student can contribute $8,500 per year. And if the family has earnings below 160 grand a year, your child should qualify fully for a $2,500 per year tax credit called the American Opportunity Tax Credit. Together, $8,500 plus $2,500, that's 11 grand a year. So whatever the family's able to contribute annually, plus 11 grand, that's the family's budget. Anything beyond that, that means the student's borrowing even more dough. Now you're saddling Jill or Julie or Juan or Pedro or Reggie or Billy with way too much debt, in my opinion, after college. So you got to find something that fits the family's budget. One way to make sure you find something that fits the family's budget, you can talk to our partners at Tuition Fit, our good friends at Tuition Fit. It's a free service. Tuition Fit can help you get more college offers at lower costs. Also, jump your ACT score and jump your GPA. They're the best paying jobs you'll ever have in high school. So what other key questions to make sure you end up at your best fit college? Where geographically do you want to end up? Within the country, outside the country, and now a lot of inexpensive colleges in Canada, a lot of inexpensive colleges in Europe. But that can be pretty adventuresome for your average 17 or 18-year-old. The vast majority of college students attend college within 60 miles of where they live. Find your best fit within 60 miles, unless you're pretty adventuresome, and then you're going to look elsewhere because you want value, something that fits the family's budget. And number 2, this is critical. What's your extracurricular going to be? It breaks my heart when kids go to college and they have to prematurely retire from the extracurricular they care so much about. Be sure you go to a college where you can pursue that extracurricular, whether you're a jock, a musician, a student leader, a volunteer. It's that engagement that fosters meaningful relationships and fosters purpose in life. It's about purpose and relationships. And meaningful relationships are typically the product of shared challenge, right? That means you got to get involved. You got to get engaged. So don't go to school. You have to prematurely retire from the extracurricular that you love. Number 3, what's your major going to be? Some of us are interested in kind of unique majors. You got to make sure you find a place that has your major. All right, that has your architecture can be one, engineering can be another, where Suddenly you've got to find the schools that offer those majors. How important is climate? I don't get it either, but a lot of students really equate happiness with certain types of weather, and I think it's overrated, but maybe you're someone, hey, you kind of ebb and flow with the sun, so that's something as well. But just remember, if the hotter the climate, typically the more relaxed the culture. Now, nursing home, that's an era of your life you're going to maybe want to relax a little bit. College, that's where we want to engage. The hotter the climate, typically the more relaxed the culture. Next, what percent of the students live on campus? You go to a school like Colorado Boulder where unless you go Greek, year 2, you're off campus. You're suddenly physically disengaged from campus. Whereas McGill up in Montreal, sure, after year 1, you're off campus, but everyone lives in the ghetto, the student ghetto, which is right adjacent to campus. So you might as well be on campus. So you want to make sure that there's good, proximate, close by, nearby housing that you can have all 4 years so you can stay a part of the community. That's so critical, not to physically detach yourself from where the pulse of all that action is. Another helpful question, what's the ideal number of students in your freshman English class? If you want to be anonymous, big old lecture hall, 200 plus students. If you want to be accountable, 30 or fewer students. Got it? I want you to engage. Smaller classes, extracurriculars, that's how we engage typically. That's how we share challenge. That's how we grow individually. That's how we accelerate self-learning. It's called rigor. It's called challenge. So I urge you not to go to a place where you're going to be anonymous. What else can we ask ourselves? Would you ever consider an all-women's college? Or are there a couple all-men's colleges out there? But once you go single gender, you just eliminated a lot of distractions. Also, men, hey, don't shoot the messenger. But we males are getting lazier and lazier in school. I mean, every year now in the United States, about 58% of new college graduates are female. Without a calculator, that means about 42% are male. Yeah, what's that all about? That's all about energy. That's all about engagement. That's about effort. Alrighty, so you go to an all-women's college, you take away a lot of those distractions. Another few questions you want to get answered. What percentage of students at your colleges will graduate within 4 years? You want to get graduated on time to save dough and get into the workforce, right? What percentage of students come back year 2? That's pretty key. There are a lot of big old universities where, hey, 25-30% of the kids don't even come back for sophomore year. Key questions you want to get answered to figure out if you're going to end up at your best fit college. So hopefully all these ideas are helpful, but the most important idea is this. You fully engage, whether it's a 2 or a 4-year college, it's much more likely you're going to find purpose and you're going to find relationships. And happiness is largely about purpose and relationships. You just engage wherever you end up. As long as it fits the family's budget, you've probably just found your best fit college. Ask John anything. See you next month.